Algebra 1 students, welcome to your 8.3 notes, multiplying binomials. The big idea, we will investigate three distinctive yet similar ways to multiply binomials. The first one that we're going to take a look at is the distributive method. Basically, in the distributive method, you're going to take the first set inside of the parentheses here, and you're going to break it apart, and you're going to multiply that by the second set of parentheses, like shown here. So they give us an example to work with: x plus 3 quantity times 2x minus 5. So the way that they did that is they take the initial value, the x there, multiply it by the 2x minus 5 as shown, and then we're also going to take the 3 and multiply that times the 2x minus 5. Now take a look at the answer here. They don't just leave it in this form here. They're going to put it in standard form, so they're going to list the highest degree first and go in descending order. So that is how we use the distributive method. In the FOIL method, we do the first, the outer, the inner, and the last. So I'm going to show you what we're talking about here. The first means that you're going to take and multiply the first terms. Then on the outer section, you're going to take the A and multiply that times the D, and you're going to add those together. Then we're going to do the inner, so we're going to do B times C, and then we're going to end up doing B times D. That is the big idea of the FOIL method, and they give us an example of how that takes place right down here. Thirdly, we're going to look at the table method. In the table method, basically, we take the parentheses, the grouping that's in the parentheses, and we break that apart in a multiplication table like so. So we take the A plus B over here, we take the B, or the C plus D down here, and then we simply go to the corresponding box, multiply those together, and we arrive at the same answer that we would if we were to use the distributive method or the FOIL method. So those are three different ways that we can complete our multiplying binomials. So here we go. Let's take a look at some examples of how to use the distributive method. So the first problem that we have is x plus 3 times x minus 8. What we're going to do is we're going to break apart that first section. So we're going to multiply that times the second set of parentheses. Here we go. X times x minus 8. We have a plus 3, and we're going to multiply that times the second set of parentheses again. X times x equals x squared. X times negative 8 equals negative 8x. 3 times x gives us a 3x, and then 3 times negative 8 gives us a negative 24. We're not done yet. We need to combine like terms. So we need to do x squared. We have an 8x and we have a 3x, so that leaves us, or we have a negative 8x plus 3x. That leaves us with a negative 5x minus 24. Now we're done with that problem. Let's take a look at number 2. We will break apart that first set of parentheses, and we're going to multiply it by the second set of parentheses. Now notice what we have to do here. We need to put a negative 6. Instead of adding it, there's a negative in there, so we need to pay attention to what we're doing there. We're still going to multiply that times the second set of parentheses. Got a little sloppy there with my addition symbol, but I think you get the idea. On this one, we're going to have 2x squared plus 5x. And then on this side over here, we're going to get a negative 12x. and a negative 30. We're not done. We need to combine like terms again. Let's slow down just a little bit on this one and do a little bit of underlining here. So we've got a like term and a like term, and let's see here. We've got 2x squared, and then we've got a negative 30. So we need to do one more step and actually write this in standard form. So we've got 2x squared. We're going to end up with a negative 7x and a negative 30. And so now we're done with that problem. So here we go. We're going to talk about the FOIL method now. On number 3, we have 2x minus 1 multiplied by 5x minus 1. And in the FOIL method, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the first, the outer, the inner, and the last. So that's how the FOIL method goes. And so what we're going to do on the first is we're going to multiply 2x times 5x, and that's going to give us not a 2, but it's going to give us a 10x squared. And then we're going to multiply the outer, so we're going to do 2x multiplied by a negative 1, and that's going to give us a negative 2x. Then we're going to do the inner, so negative 1 times 5x, that's going to give us a negative 5x. And then we're going to do the last. I think I might have erased just a little bit of what I did there. So negative 1 times negative 1 gives us a positive 1. We're not done yet. We need to combine like terms. So we have 10x squared. We're going to get a negative 7x and a positive 1. On number 4, something interesting is going to happen. So we're still using our FOIL method. So we're going to do an x times an x to begin with. Let's clean that up just a little bit. So we're going to do our first. We're going to multiply our outer. We're going to multiply the inner, and we're going to multiply the last. So we end up with an x squared. And then we do our outer, we get a 7x. When we do the inner, we get a negative 7x. And then we end up with a negative 49 at the end there. Notice something that's going to happen here when we combine like terms. So when we combine like terms, these 7x's are basically going to knock each other out. So we're going to be left with x squared minus 49. And you might kind of notice something like this happen in the future. All right, there for number 5, I went ahead and drew our table just because I wanted to save just a little bit of time, and plus I'm pretty sure that you guys are confident in my ability to draw a little table. So now all we have to do is go to the corresponding box and actually perform the function there, perform the multiplication that's going to happen there. So x times x equals x squared. X times negative 7 is a negative 7x. 2 times x is going to be 2x. And then 2 times negative 7 is negative 14. Now we have the ability to go ahead and write those out. And boy, my 7 doesn't look very good. Let's clean that one up. Minus 7x minus 14. Alright, we are not done. We need to combine like terms. You guys are probably tired of hearing me say that, and that's good. I hope you're rolling your eyes at me because we always need to remember to combine like terms. It's very important. For number 6, I went ahead and made our table as well. So here's what we're going to do. 3x times 2x equals 6x squared. 4 times 2x is going to equal 8x. 3x times a negative 5 is going to equal negative 15x. And then we're going to have a 4 times a negative 5, which is negative 20. Now we can go ahead and write out our terms here. And I bet we're going to tell you that we're not done. We have to do one more step, which is combine like terms. And you're right. That's what we're going to say. So we end up with a 6x squared. Negative 15x plus 8x gives us a negative 7x minus 20. And there you have it. On number 7, we're going to go ahead and use the distributive property. So remember, in the distributive property, we take the first set of parentheses and we're going to break that apart, and then we're going to multiply that by the second set of parentheses. So here we go. We're going to get an x times the second parentheses, basically. So all of that junk in there. And then we're also going to take the second part of that first set of parentheses and put all of that junk back inside of there from the second set of parentheses. So here we go. The distributive method. X times x squared gives us x to the third plus 5x squared minus 3x. Second part of the problem is 3 times x squared. 3 times the 5x. And we should get a negative 9 there. Okay, so I did go away there for a little bit because I wanted to clean up my 15 and my 9. I also took the liberty of underlining some of our like terms to make our job just a little bit easier here. Oh, and I need to switch back to our base color here. So we're going to end up with x to the third. We're also going to get an 8x squared. And then we're going to have to combine the negative 3x and the 15x. That's going to give us 12x and a negative 9. X times x squared is going to give us x to the third. And then we have a negative 21. So here we go. We're going to write all these out. X to the third plus a 5x squared minus 7x squared plus 3x minus 35x minus 21. Combining like terms, we're going to get x to the third. Oh, that's not going to be positive. That's going to be negative. Somebody stop me. All right. Negative 2x squared. When we combine like terms here, we're also going to get a negative 32x and a 21, negative 21 there. So that concludes our notes on how to multiply binomials and a couple of trinomials there. Thank you very much.